Yo, what's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. As always, my name's Anton, and hopefully all of you guys are having a fantastic day because we're on song number 3, I believe, of our Kelly Clarkson Meaning of Life full album reaction. And if you enjoy this and you want to check out the entire full album reaction with everybody, definitely consider checking out the first link down below and joining the Patreon with everyone. And yeah, I'm excited. So Love So Soft, aspects of it were brilliant. And aspects of it weren't really my thing. But now we're on to Heat. And yeah, we'll see where this one goes. And as always, if you guys have any artists you want me to check out, leave a comment down below and I'll throw them on our weekly Discord vote. And if you want to take part in those votes, third link down below in the description to join the Discord. And just to hang out with the entire Vision community and yeah, DM me there. I read everything. And that's it. So let's get to Kelly Clarkson, Heat.
Sign of a sparking. I'm used to feeling the fire. You water down that desire. I put my work in, day in, day out. Baby, I deserve it. Don't let me down. You used to make me feel like a diamond. Now it don't even feel like you're trying. So give me one good reason I should need you.
Vocals. Well, I like the drumming here. A lot of energy.
I'm used to feeling that fever. I wanna dive in you deeper. I put that work in, day in, day out. Baby, I deserve it. Don't let me down. No.
Yeah, she has a lot of attitude there too.
Good reason I should need you.
Yeah. Drumming here too. Chills here. Yeah, that was good. Oh man, that had so much energy at the end. And it was funny because right when I was really getting pulled into the song, it was over. It was like, because at first I liked this one. I definitely liked it the whole way through, but I felt the chorus style, the first like half of it has like a very kind of 2000s chorus, like 2010s chorus feeling, which I'm not the biggest fan of that style of melody. There's literally something about the melody in the 2010s that I'm not a huge fan of, and this one, there's something about it. Maybe it's 2000s and 2010 melodies, but I wasn't like massive on it. I wasn't like really bugged by it, but it just like, I'm more like the chorus melodies of the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. There's just a kind of a melody, maybe it's a Max Martin influence, I don't know. But Yeah, so I like this one, but I wouldn't say I liked it as much as Move You or Meaning of Life or some of the stuff on Breakaway. But then halfway through, when everything really started to come together and Kelly started doing more like ad libs and really opening the song up, I got really pulled into it, and then I fully loved it. And then right when I was at like the peak of like, oh, this is awesome, I'm really vibing with this, it's just like, yeah, so it just like pulls out. So yeah, I really like this one though. This one was very, very good. And is there any thing she said about it? I always like it when they talk about these songs. That's like one of my favorite things, is just hearing their perspective on it. But yeah, lyrically is pretty self-explanatory. Is, you know, yeah, it's when the fire of a relationship is dying out, right? It's when people start to take each other for granted, and when it's a funny thing. Yeah, love's a very funny thing. How it can start off with so much passion and then it just can end up so cold. It's crazy. It's like, you know, it begs the question of like, is it something biological, or is it just like people get bored, they just stop trying? I think it's a mixture of both, actually. I think there is something biological that definitely happens after a year and a half. Like it actually is. Like yeah, the body stops flooding you with mating chemicals. And that's usually when you have to actually rely on the power of the relationship itself and the strength of the people in it. Like you can't, like, yeah, that first year and a half, the way your biologies are pulling you together, you can your relationship itself can get away with a lot of shit. It can get away with a lot of things that don't work. It can get away with just because your bodies are just like calling to each other, right? And it's like after that, then you really get into your relationship. It's like, okay, what is this sustainable? Do we actually like spending time together? Think about that. It's like if for the first year and a half, all you're doing is having sex and you're just hot and heavy for each other, and that can pull you through everything. It's like, but you like this whole time you don't even really like each other. You don't really like each other's personalities very much, but you find each other so hot and sexy. It's like that will just go. That's just gonna blow up in your face. It's like you definitely need that friendship underneath the passion to have a sustainable relationship. But yeah, after usually about a year and a half, that fire will start to wear down. And at that point, you really have to like work at it. That's when you really have to like still make sure you go on dates. You have to make sure that you still take care of yourself. Because I've said this before. It's like, I've been doing this YouTube channel now for a year and a half, right? With the combined channels, and I still put a lot of effort into this. Like, if anything, more than I used to, right? Probably about the same, actually. I always put a lot of effort into this, but I never slip up, or not much. Not if it's my choice. Sometimes you can have a bad day, but I put everything into this. I take care of myself and everything so I can do this consistently, sustainably. Now, I feel like that's like what a relationship is like for the first year and a half. You're working at it, you're putting everything, and then you just stop. It's like me just kind of giving up on my YouTube channel. It's me just going, oh, okay, I'll just kind of phone it in now. That's kind of like what marriage is like. It's like relationships. And it's like, would anybody still watch my content if I just threw in the towel and just started making shitty content? Nobody would. They'd be like, okay, you're way different. But somehow in relationships and marriage, that's acceptable. That's like, oh yeah, of course. Like, people have this idea like, yeah, people are going to stop trying about year and a half in, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. And that's acceptable. It's like how, like in no other area in life would stopping trying be acceptable, but somehow it is in marriage. And then we had these questions like, oh, why isn't it working? It's because you stop trying. Like one party or both parties stop trying. You stop trying to look good, like act good, feel good, all this kind of stuff. You stop. Like, I don't really believe in compromise too much. I think if you have to do too much compromise, it's probably not the right person. That's just my perspective on it. I think there is certain things you do have to compromise on, though, because I think that in relationships, polarities attract each other. like very different personalities. Hopefully, like this is my hypothesis on a good relationship. Similar interests, different personalities. You want to have night and day different personalities, roughly, and then very similar interests. Because the similar interests, they're the glue that binds you through the hard times of working through your personality differences. Like, there's probably a very strong chance that if any of you guys are in relationships, you're very different than your partner. You might like the same things, but one of you is probably more introverted, probably one's more extroverted, one's more analytical, one's more emotional, one's more, you know what I mean? You can see where I'm going. It's like you get these differences, and that's what creates the fire. But if you don't have the glue, that fire will just combust and burn itself out. Like, imagine that differences, they're a mystery to you. You don't understand them. But if you don't have any friendship and common ground beneath that, it just becomes too much. It's like, I don't know this person, and I don't really want to get to know them because we don't really have anything in common. It's like, it's that danger of, I think, that a lot of people get into. It's just, it starts off as sex or friends with benefits. Then one of them kind of forces, usually it's the female, will kind of get the male to agree to a relationship. Sometimes it's flipped, but a lot of the time it's the female will kind of like get the male to agree to a relationship. But like, it's just like, it was just sex in the beginning. That's kind of what it was. And now you're trying to like create camaraderie and friendship, and you can do it. But again, if you don't like the same things, like, would you even be friends with this person in real life if you weren't having sex with them? You know what I mean? It just kind of begs these like really simple questions of like, we're like, oh, how do I make this relationship work? And it's like, maybe it literally doesn't. Maybe it never did. Maybe it was literally just sex. And so it was like, find someone that you want to have sex with, like the person you're with, but that you also want to spend time with. You know what I mean? That was like the best case scenario. You actually enjoy the same things. You enjoy the same kind of movies, or you enjoy kind of similar things. It doesn't have to be everything, but there needs to be like core things that you guys actually enjoy doing together. You don't want to do everything together, because that's just, you need to breathe. You can't suffocate each other. You need friends. But you need these core things, these bedrocks, these foundations of the relationship to build upon. Because if you don't have that, why would you work on it? It's almost like it's pointless. It was over before it started. But anyway, so as always, if you guys enjoyed this one and you want to check out the entire full album reaction with us, first thing, link down below to join everyone in the Patreon. And yeah, what are your favorite Kelly Clarkson songs on this record? Let me know down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, and keep sharing these videos. And if you enjoyed anything I talked about, I have a podcast where I talk a lot about this kind of stuff, and that's also linked down below in the description. I think that's everything. Yeah, if you want to check out our full album reactions to My December, and potentially if I make a breakaway, a Patreon exclusive in the future, yeah, Patreon. And that's it. So I'll see all of you guys again tomorrow. I love you. Peace.